Welcome back. Joining us now, New York Times best-selling authors James Patterson and Mike Lupica.
It's like a buddy act.
It is.
Except instead of driving across the country, right, trying to turn in one of them who's a fugitive,
right,
they just write books.
They do.
I got to ask before we even talk about this book, how do you write so many books? You all are so prolific. You must just sit at a desk all day and just be doing that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Somebody said you're lucky if you find something you like to do, and you should know this, Joe. And then it's unbelievable if somebody will pay you to do it. And that's true for Mike and I. Mike and I love doing this. We love
That's true for us.
Yeah.
I don't want to waste too much time talking about the book, but
12 months to live.
But I've got to tell you, James, really quickly, I told Mike this story last week. I'm always sending my kids inspirational stories, inspirational lessons, inspirational clips. After doing that, after throwing my bread out on the water for years, it finally came back. My daughter sends me this story, and it's about following your dreams, but being smart enough to do it in a realistic thing. And said, there was once this advertising person who and it's telling your incredible story about you had this dream, but you kept your job, you pursued the dream and did the job. And when I got to the punchline, and so was you, it's a remarkable story, a great story.
Yeah,
for
I
kids,
wasn't advertising. I wasn't advertising, but I've been clean for over 25 years.
All right, 12 months to live.
Yeah,
tell us about it.
Yeah, tell us about it.
Mike.
Well, Jim has a saying. Jim has a lot of sayings, but one of them is people talk about throwing everything except the kitchen sink at readers. No, we throw the kitchen sink too. We've got a great character named Jane Smith, and she has been given a potentially fatal diagnosis, but she finds out what may be more fatal for this criminal defense attorney. Her own client may be trying to kill her, and it's a problem for Jane, but Jane is a problem solver. She was a hockey player at a great school, Joe, and a great school, Boston College. And
of course.
And one thing that was always said about her is when she goes into the corner, she comes out with the puck. And so we throw everything at this character. When Jim says it's his favorite character, it has to be my favorite character too.
Yeah.
James, why is this your favorite character? I mean, you've written...
Because she's so strong. She's so strong. She's been a cop. She's been a private investigator. Now she's an attorney. And she does get a death sentence in this, but she's not going gentle into good night. It is a very, you want every book you write to be entertaining, but this one really turned out great. It's my favorite book that we've done or that I've done, and I love Alex Cross, but Jane Smith I like as much or better. I tell you, this is a weird thing, and it's relevant to the show because we're getting this constant stuff of bad news, bad news, bad news. And we did an event yesterday at a big bookstore, and people literally got up and cheered, got out of their seats, about 700 people, because we talked about we need a break. We deserve entertainment, whatever that might be. And we think, obviously we're prejudiced. We think 12 months to live is great entertainment, but we deserve that. We can't just have this toxic stuff all day. Literally, in our house, we have MSNBC on all day. All day. It's too much. You guys are great, but that's too much.
It's never too much. Mike, it is never too much.
4 hours a day is sufficient in the morning.
I take Jim's point. Hey, I've been in a writing partnership for a few years too. How do you guys do it together? What do you both bring to the table, Mike?
Well, I write the music and Jim writes the lyrics, Kat. No. We both know that story drives everything. And we start out, Jim is a bear for outlines. And we do start out with an extensive outline. We never stick to the whole thing. But it's a great template. And we were fascinated by the idea of this undefeated criminal defense attorney who is now, she is fearful of her own client and dealing with all of these health issues. And Jim's right. We all have a sell-by date. But what if somebody moved yours up? What would you do? And by the way, 12 Months to Live is out now. Next year is 8 months to live. We've already finished that. Then it's 4, and by the time it's 1 week to live, it's gonna be a much shorter novel.
It's like the writer's room, which you have on television, almost every show, most of the movies. There'll be several writers, and for us, and we talk on the phone half a dozen times a day. But it's like a writer's room, only over the phone.
There you go.
Or Zoom.
It works.
The new
Or on the
novel
golf course.
entitled 12 Months to Live is on sale today. James Patterson, Mike Lupica.
awesome.
Thank you both so much. It's always great to have you both on the show this morning.
Thank you.
And